Pheasant 815 here with a Marlin Model 60-22. It is a stainless steel, tubular fed 22 rifle. It's got a bolt action, and the magazine again is a tube magazine. Let's take a closer look at it now. The Marlin Model 60. Got a nice smooth wood stock here. The trigger guard and the trigger are in fact plastic. You have your firing safety there. This firearm has been secured, so it is in fact unloaded. Up here the receiver itself is metal. I believe that's aluminum there. And then we have the adjustable sights in the back here. And all the way up we follow to this kind of unique feature here. It has the sight that kind of glows there. In my evaluation, it's kind of a cheaper plastic sight. And then it's got this little aluminum casing around it to kind of protect it, which is good because that seems to be a little less expensive of a piece there. And this, I've not seen any real benefit to that. But and then here's the tube where you load your 22 cartridges. You just push in and rotate, and then this comes out, and you can fill this with your tube here with your 22 rounds. That's actually where the rounds are stored. But let's go ahead and flip her on over. So we're on the right side of the Marlin Model 60. Here you can see actually the bolt. I can't pull that back with one finger here, but here it is on this side. Stainless steel barrel, which is quite nice. To take this down, it's quite easy. You take down first this main screw in the stock, and then this rear screw, and I'll show you the takedown in another video. But this is the Marlin Model 60. Alright, Pheasant 815 here, going to break down the Marlin Model 60. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our screwdriver. It's good if you have non-marring screwdriver set. If not, be incredibly careful. You don't want to scratch up your knife stock or cut into the plastic here. Go ahead and get that started. Finger loosening or removing the center screw from the center of the stock. Now this is the screw just behind the trigger guard we'll move to next. Happen to know I need to change screwdriver bits here. Be extra careful. There we go. Move the tension. There we go. Unscrew that. Alright, now put it in an orderly fashion from first to last, working across. Alright, well now our stock should come apart. Now, the Ruger Model 60, the trigger and trigger guard will come out with the stock. That's not a problem, that's how it's supposed to happen. Now you're down to the guts of the thing. So let's take a little deep. Alright, we continue our breakdown of the Marlin Model 60. Alright, next part, we got to drive out this rear pin. So I'm just going to do that with my fingers there. Excellent. Once that's out, it does that sometimes. You hold this down, you release the pin, and then what happens is you slide it right out. This is your assembly. Usually I leave this together since, well, this firearm, it needs to be cleaned rather regularly, so you pop this out, you can Q-tip most anything in there. You can take the rag, clean it down, get into the cleaning part. And the reason it popped out and scared the bejesus out of me is before you do this, if you take out the tube feed right here, there you go. This little guy has tension, so it moves the 22 round all the way down into the right below the chamber, so it could be loaded into the chamber. Well, this is under tension still, so when I took the pin out and moved my hand, that gave it that extra force to pop it out. It scared the willies out of me. At this point, you can get to, as you can see, almost everything you need to clean in there. For your general strip down cleaning, this would be good enough. I don't know if I want to go further than this today, but if you pull the bolt back, you can lift it just a little bit. This comes right off. Relieve the tension. There you go. There you have it. Then this piece can get kind of filthy, so if you just polish it on up, this piece can kind of finish the bolt carrier. So just give that a good cleaning up, good wiping up. Needing that to cooperate. Oh my goodness. Whew. Shouldn't be that difficult. It was. Anyway, you still gotta get this piece back in here. So you pull it back. The front will lift. Slide that right in there. Pull it back far enough. There we are. Now it's fully assembled again. Whew. Well, not fully. You still gotta put the rest of this in. Okay. So the handle's in there. Bolts in there. Put the assembly in. First, cock the hammer back. Just push it back and it'll lock. I'll do that for you here. Okay. White background. Cock that back. And this front piece goes under there. Okay. Now once I get it lined up, I'm just going to pull it back. And there we go. Now I'm careful here. I don't want to let that go because I don't want it to fly out on me. Take the pin. Slide it right back in. Oops. It's facing the other way. Sorry. Slide it right back in. There we go. Helps to go the correct way. It's pointing that way. It goes from its right to left, or left to right when it's upside down. Anyway, just to make sure everything's going all right. Pull the bolt back. There we go. Pull that back, this latches forward. Take off the tension, pull it back. There we are. Sure enough. It works. It's nice to know it works before you go ahead and finish putting it all together. Well, I got it broken down here. I'm going to put a little bit more oil on a Q-tip. Rub it on the bolt there. That's going to be a lot of friction in there. And then reach into the other wall and just add a little bit more in there. Don't want too much though, because that's what all the grime and grease and powder residue gets stuck to. So now that I put it on inside, I'm wiping it off. The dry side. Okay. Alright. Just gonna wipe off some of the extra with the drier side. It's not dry obviously. There we go. It's still oily. Alright, last chance before you close it up. So, where's my fresh Q-tip? And I wouldn't store it this way, but I know this firearm's going to be fired in not too long, so I'm just going to take, and my fingerprints have got kind of all in there. So take a rub a little light oil on it. Alright. And again, some people tell you absolutely don't do this, some people tell you do it. I'm just showing you what I do. Okay, a nice thin layer of oil in there. And, oops, don't want to take the pin out. Again, a little bit of oil. You don't want too much oil. Really gums everything up in there. When I took this one apart, it was completely full of what looked like it to be a greasy, oily oatmeal because of all the residue from the powder, little filings of brass of the case there, all kinds of grime I wouldn't believe was stuck in there. So after I oiled it, I wipe it off. There's still going to be residue there, but that's all you're trying to leave. Checking my springs. Leave just a dot on that one. Then again, I'll try to wipe off all the excess. Okay. Good. Alright, well, the barrel and bolt and assembly, everything's all put back together. All we need now is the stock. Let's grab the stock. Now, for this breakdown, I did not remove the trigger and trigger guard. To do that, all you do is remove this screw right here, and the thing just drops right. Well, remove the screw right here by but you got to hold this side when you turn it, and then the whole thing drops out. Since I have it open, I'm going to take the dry end of this Q-tip, try to just wipe in there. I see some debris I missed earlier. You never have a firearm too clean. There we go. Alright, so this is almost over, almost done. Take the stock. Make sure I got it right. Yep. Sides right in there. Wow, that is easy, huh? I like to put the stock screw in first. Usually you go the total reverse order. Where'd it go? There it is. It's good to have the screw bit. And just lightly tight so it hits some resistance. Again, be very cautious here with this screw. It's not metal around it. It's a metal screw going around a plastic trigger guard into a wooden stock. So the hardest thing you have is the screw and your screwdriver tip. Just a little bit tighter than finger tight. We'll leave in that. And then back to this one. Okay, you don't have to knock yourself out to hold it. Alright, let's do a little function check here. Yep, locks back. Just gonna hold this down. Okay, is it in fact empty? Safety is off. Safe direction. Yep, let's listen to that. There we go. When I started it was a little gritty, now we cleaned it out so it sounds a little bit nicer. Again, this is the Marlin Model 60, cleaned, put back together, and ready to go back out the range. I have seen online that these have get a little bit of a hard rap online for having a tendency to jam. I would be lying if I didn't say that this one had a similar problem, but after breaking it down, I'm thinking a little bit of a good old cleaning might have fixed this girl's problem. But we shall see. I just noticed a little bit of grime had caught its way in the rib there. There we go. So now it's ready to go.